G'day, I'm Nev Sweeney and this is Under the Choco Tree. One of the things that I found quite interesting when the issues that we had crop up with the virus was that people all of a sudden wanted to start growing their own food. That's great. Of course, what happened then was the infrastructure around provision of seeds had problems supplying those needs. So one of the things that you can do, of course, is once you start growing your own stuff, is to save your own seed, and I believe that is a very, very important skill, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. There are a number of reasons why you might want to grow from seed. For one thing, it stops you having to go out and buy seeds, which is always good. It also means that you're closing the loop in that you plant the seed, grow it up, and rather than just eating it and forget about it, buy another load of seeds, you're allowing the plant to complete its life cycle. You save the seed and you've got it again to plant next year. This also means you have the opportunity to create your own varieties by selectively saving the best of your crop each year. Another unlooked for thing is if you're allowing plants that might not normally flower, like say brassicas, your broccoli, normally that gets harvested and then that's it. If you allow that to flower, that attracts pollinators like bees and predators who will predate the nasty things that are causing you problems growing on the broccoli. So by allowing things to complete their life cycle, you're attracting good bugs as well. It's fairly easy to start, but you've got to start somewhere, and my recommendation is to start with the larger seeds, peas, beans, corn. That it's fairly straightforward. It really is just a case of once the plant has started to produce, you look around for the plant that looks like it's doing the best, giving you the best of whatever you want, if largest pods, going the longest, most number of pods, whatever it is that you're looking for, and then making a note of that somehow, tying on some string, and then letting those pods ripen, and then saving the seed from that, and I'll show you how to do that in a sec. So of course, one thing about that is if you do want to save your own seed, you've got to start with the right seed, and by the right seed I mean you can't use GMO because quite often they're sterile, and you can't use the hybrid seed that's out there. Quite often if you look in the back of a seed packet, it'll say F1. That means it's hybrid. So if you want to start with the right seed, you need to make sure that it's not hybrid and it's not GMO. Anyway, I'll give you a bit of a look of how I get the seeds that I save. These are a selection of my bean seeds, which I'll be using. This is what they look like when they come off the plant, nice and dry, and then it's just a case of breaking open the pods to get the seed out. And you're ready to go. In a similar way, peas, also another large seed. It's just a case of leaving them on the plant until the pod's nice and dry. Open it out. And you're right to go. Even corn is comparatively easy. You can see that I've left it on the plant until the little seeds are nice and dry, and then it's just a case of scraping them off. Now storage is obviously important, and I'll talk about that in a sec. How you store your seeds is equally important because you want to get the longest life out of them. How long they last in storage varies, but in general terms you want to store them cool, dry and out of the light. People quite often store them in paper envelopes. Glass jars are good. One of the things with seeds are they are really concentrated little bombs of energy there. So if you have issues with things like rats and mice, they are going to absolutely love them. So you need to put in something that's going to have to be either glass or steel, so that they can't chew their way through and have a party at your expense. It's also important, particularly if your memory is like mine, that is to say fairly rubbishy, to label them, particularly in terms of what it is quite often fairly obvious, although with brassica seeds they all look the same, so it's really important to know that it's either cauliflower or bok choy or whatever. It's important to know the variety, and it's also important to know the date they were saved. So you can look back and see how far they've been in storage. Quite often people store them in the fridge, and this is a great way to go for any long-term storage. You just need to make sure that they don't get damp and get mouldy. So they need to be in a sealed container, which is then kept nice and cool. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll put a link down in the description to the part of the Under the Choco Tree website where I have seed saving instructions, and you can have a look through that. I'll also put a link down to books on seed saving, which is in the library section of the website. So yep, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, then please give it a like, give it a thumbs up, give it a comment, and subscribing is always good. See you in the next video.